Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I have the new Marvel Legends Space Venom wave, and I'll begin all the reviews done today, so expect one video after another of the entire wave and the Builder figure shortly after this one. So here we have the Hobgoblin. It's part of the Evil Adversaries on the box art right here. So here we have Electro and Hobgoblin on the back. You can see both of them, and there is a small bio right up there at the top if you want to go ahead and pause that and read that. And then down here we have everyone else in the wave. The next video coming up will be the Miles Morales Spider-Man. So I will actually be comparing Miles Morales to the previous figure, Electro to a previous figure, Spider-Man to previous Spider-Man figures, and then also Hobgoblin to previous Hobgoblin and Green Goblin figures. So you'll get really nice comprehensive reviews of all of these guys. So let's go ahead and take a closer look and get this guy out of the box. And here is Hobgoblin out of the packaging, and on the left right there we have the recent Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin, and on the right we have a Hobgoblin which is obviously, much closer to this one in style, and that is actually a Spider-Man Classics Hobgoblin by Toy Biz. So as you can see, this guy comes with the same pumpkin bomb that we got with this guy over here, so that's pretty much all of the comparison that we need with him. And just to get a closer look at that, we have the translucent orangey yellowy plastic. Let's try and get a bit better focus right here. There we go. With the nice sort of, jack-o'-lantern kind of face on there. Very, very nice indeed. We did also get one of these bombs with the jack-o'-lantern figure, which I believe was actually done in a slightly darker plastic. It fits well in both of these hands. As you can see, they're both in a kind of open gripping sort of hand, but it is easier to go ahead and put them in if you're going to keep them on display or play with them or whatever, so that you don't lose it, to actually, wedge the flame in between the fingers or something, just so that they actually stay there. That's how I display all of my other pumpkin bombs with all of my other figures. Even though it kind of looks strange with the flame going through the fingers, it does mean that you're not going to lose them to the dreaded vacuum cleaner. So the figure does come with another accessory. We have an interchangeable head. This is Demogoblin and this is Hobgoblin, so that is the differences right there. The hood is actually exactly the same. We have a bit more of the darker shading on the Demogoblin head, and we have the tongue sticking out, which is shaped really, really well. Nice sort of reptile looking eyes, and the teeth are painted pretty well in there too. What I love about the Hobgoblin head versus the Classics Hobgoblin head is that we do get a really, really nice shading around the eyes. There's a little bit of brown shading, if you can see that in there, that's also used in the mouth. It just really makes the head look kind of more lifelike and more sinister. Now there's two reasons why I like this figure more. The yellow face is basically more like the Spider-Man cartoon, and also so is the purple glider. But overall, everything else I do prefer about this guy, and even the face and everything. I do appreciate the sculpt and everything a lot more on this figure. The fact that we get the two head sculpts is fantastic, but overall the suit design really should be a lot more demonic if you're going to go with the Demogoblin. It's really fantastic that you do get both, but I would definitely still prefer the Toy Biz versions of Demogoblin over this guy if I was going to have a separate figure. But I do really, really appreciate the fact that we've got this extra head. So before we compare the actual figures themselves, let's look at the gliders right here. As you can see, they both fit on the gliders exactly the same way. This one obviously is a lot smaller. Now I'm fine with it, because in a lot of artwork for Green Goblin and Hobgoblin, they do sometimes have very massive gliders, and sometimes they have small ones like this. I prefer one that is about the size of this one right here. So the size of the glider, I do like this more. I think that they should have just extended the wings out a little more. And maybe just increase the size of the skull on the front right here, because then it would have still sat flat on the ground, and that is what this one does. It does sit flat on the ground, so you don't need any kind of special stand or anything, just like previous gliders, to go ahead and get them on. It just hooks over the feet. There's no pegs or anything right there, and there's no other paintwork on this glider, whereas this one over here, it is actually pegged onto this sort of cloud base. You can actually take that off, but it actually rolls, so you pull back and it can roll and stuff. And it does have some, smoke coming out as the exhaust right here, which I do quite like as well. And so here are another couple of gliders. These are Green Goblin ones. So we have the Toy Biz regular Green Goblin. Here is the Sinister 6 Green Goblin. So this one was annoying because it had to sit one way or another. This one obviously needs a stand. So it's nice that this one does sit straight and does not need a stand or anything. But as you can see, these are pretty large in comparison to that one. As a size comparison, Hobgoblin stands just over 6.5 inches tall, and here he is next to the other goblins in my possession. We have Sinister Six, we have just the regular Toy Biz Green Goblin, and here we have the Classics Hobgoblin that we've already seen. So I really like the scale. I like the bulk of the figure. He's not as sort of weedy as these other figures do look. And I cannot wait to see this mold used as a Green Goblin. It also, looking at that kind of scale mail design, really actually makes me want another classic Captain America, but actually with the scale mail chests. As for articulation, the head moves left and right, and up and down very, very well, I might add. A little bit of pivot side to side. Rotation and a hinge that goes out that far at the shoulders. We have a rotation at the upper part of the arm. Double jointed elbows, which work pretty well even with that glove in there. Rotation and a hinge at the wrist. The ab crunch works well. It goes one click back and one click forward, so you can have some nice glider poses there. Rotation at the waist. If you want to remove this satchel bag or this cape, just pull that head off and they can both come straight off. The legs come out this far to the side. They go forward and back. We have rotation at the upper part of the thigh. Double jointed knees, rotation at the boot. The feet actually do go up pretty well, they go down, and ankle pivot, which is obviously very important for getting imposed on the glider when the legs are bent. So this figure is absolutely fantastic. We do actually have a hole in the back, so maybe if you want to put like a different cape on him, or if you want to put him on some kind of a stand or something, because obviously there's no hole or anything in the glider to have that stood up, then obviously that is definitely a possibility there for you. One of the things that I don't like about this figure, we have this awesome, I think there's darker orange and maybe some black in there. It makes it look kind of brown as well. The shading is absolutely fantastic. And we have all this awesome molded in detail on the torso, the gloves and the boots, which really would benefit from the same shading to make it all look very unified. But instead we have this more just, plain old orange. And I think it would have really complemented the shiny metallic blue that we've got on the rest of the suit. But for the most part, I really, really do love how this figure looks. It's definitely the best Hobgoblin that we've got so far. It also doubles as a demo goblin, which is absolutely fantastic. But the shading that they've done is a massive step forward in the face and on the cape and everything. I just do definitely wish that they had put it on the other sections of the suit. But other than that, I would say that this is the perfect Hobgoblin figure. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to check out more pictures of anything else from my collection, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123 and the link is in the description below. And for the rest of this wave of figures, which are coming out straight after this video, so stay tuned and subscribe to Homerino Collectibles. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.